All praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. That's the Hebrew tongue, who we call God, and who we call Jesus in the English tongue. Today we want to read over let's read over chapter 13 in Revelation. And it said, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. So these horns and that the scriptures is talking about are actually nations. And let's jump over here right quick so we can get the understanding of that. It's actually nations, and let's read 17, and we can start at 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. See, these horns represents people and nations. So it's saying that these horns which thou sawest, that I read from this Revelation 13, are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb. The Lamb represents Yahweh Shah, or who we call Jesus. So these 10 horns, or kings, being in one mindset, is going to make war with so-called Jesus when he returns. And the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples. You see? So this is what I was telling you about. The horns are represented as people and kingdoms. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. So this is what the horns are representing: people, nations, tongues, different tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will. So the Most High is going to put it in these nations, or these 10 horns, to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of God shall be fulfilled. So the Most High is going to use the man to do his will, to fulfill his will in these last days. Because we know that, the third world war is coming. And we know that reading the scriptures, it tells us that about the third war. So let's read chapter 11 and 14, and it says, the second woe is past, meaning the Second World War is past. The Second World War is past. Behold, the third woe come quickly. So we see these nations preparing and having practicing for different war games, and we know that these nations are preparing for the World War III that's coming in the last days. You know, that's why it's very important to be tuned in with these scriptures to getting a proper understanding of what's going on, so you don't be left out or feel naked out here in this world without any protection or covering from the Most High. So we have to be edified on these scriptures to know what's going on. So with that being said, thank y'all for watching, liking, and sharing. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back with the next one. Peace.